Welcome to the Leadership Question of the Day podcast. I'm your host, Jono White. I'm the founder and principal consultant of Clarity. We are an Australian consultancy that works with leaders around the world, and our passion is to invest in people to become everything they're meant to be in order to fill the world with healthy organizations that people love to work for and customers line up to buy from. Let's jump straight into today's leadership question. How often do you watch your presentations back? This is my leadership question of the day because I believe it's such a powerful way to grow. I remember for me when I was in a role where I was presenting in front of groups all the time, every week, and I was hoping that I would get better. I was definitely working on a bunch of different things, but I tell you what, I vividly remember sitting down and watching myself when I had someone film me, and then I watched myself back, and it is horrible. So let me prepare you. It's very challenging. Sometimes I would get a few minutes in and I'd just have to stop it and walk out of the room because there's nothing like watching yourself back to pick up on your own mannerisms. You think it's boring listening to someone else waffle. Listen to yourself waffle. That is this combination of horrible and frustrating because it's you who did it. And if you want to improve your communication skills in any way, then listen back and watch back. Watching back is particularly powerful. If you're in a role where you get up in front of a team or you get up in front of stakeholders in any way, then get someone to film you. And you can do this in a way that's, you don't have to be really public about it. You can be kind of cheeky and just getting someone to film it sort of covertly, and then watch it back yourself. Force yourself to watch the whole thing. Make some notes for yourself. I promise you do this 10 times, you will improve in your communication, in your body language, those mannerisms that people are too nice to you to tell you about or just don't think to tell you about sometimes that you do that can be quite annoying or can get people like me, the best way for me to stop doing these things is what I'm trying to do more of right now to do exactly what I'm encouraging you to do, which is to listen back to my own podcasts, to watch my videos back, and to watch how I talk and my gestures, and to listen to how I speak, and if there's anything I can do in my cadence and in my rhythm and in my tone to make it a better way to communicate, because the words is such a tiny part of it. It's an important part of it, what you're saying, the content, but how you deliver that is incredibly important. So I want to encourage you, go get it recorded. Okay, it's not that hard. Just get someone you trust covertly to record you when you're doing something and then watch it back. And like I said, I reckon if you do this once, that's a win. If you will do this 10 times, it will take your communication to another level like you've never even dreamed of. Hope today's leadership question has helped you in your leadership and put a stone in your shoe. That's what I love to say, is that my role, I believe, working with leaders is about putting a stone in your shoe. So something you were really comfortable with, now you're walking a little bit uncomfortably, going, is there a better way to do this? How do I handle this? And that's because no growth is comfortable. So I hope that's okay. I appreciate you taking the time. I don't take it lightly. And if you are just joining us, then make sure you check out our website, consultclarity.org, consultclarity.org. We have so much free content on there for you, including the 7 questions on leadership series. So more than 1,500 leaders around the world, different roles, different sectors, have filled out the 7 questions on leadership. In-depth answers on how they lead, what they've found most challenging, how they structure their time, what book or books have been most significant for them. There is so much gold on there. You could go and basically live in that part of our website for a few weeks, I think. So make sure you go and check that out. It's free. And hey, we would love to interview you for our 7 questions on leadership series. Your leadership, based on your context, your life, and your experience, I believe that you can bring something that other leaders can learn from. I truly do. And so it's completely free to get involved. It's a great way to give back if you're loving this content. And you can do that by going to consultclarity.org/7-questions-interest, or just Google consultclarity.org, 7 questions interest, and then click on the page, fill out the form to express your interest, and we can get you going to fill out the 7 questions on leadership. We also have a free resource on our website. It's right at the top, consultclarity.org on our homepage, and it's called the Leadership Survival Guide. It's a 57-page ebook with interviews from 10 world-class leaders, and it's right there for you to download. It's completely free, and awesome resource. It's very popular, so check that out. We also have a daily email, and I know that our more than 15,000 leaders who subscribe get a lot of value from that. We highlight the best content from our blogs, from our podcasts, from our books and books we're reading. It also gives you exclusive and limited access and early access to our masterclasses and workshops. So I really try to make it something as helpful and as valuable as possible. That's my commitment. And so go to consultclarity.org/subscribe if you're interested in all things leadership, and you can become part of that community. Now, my gift to you with everything we're doing, particularly with this podcast, the Leadership Question of the Day, is to work really hard to provide the best leadership content to invest in you and your leadership. Your gift to me would be this. If you're finding this helpful, if this helps you in your leadership, then there is something you can do that makes a massive difference, and that is to write a review or rate our content. Wherever you're listening or watching, rate our content, write a review, make sure you subscribe or follow. It might seem small to you to do that, but it adds up and it helps us to help more leaders become the best they can be. It also means a lot to me personally whenever I see you sharing our content, so thank you so much for that. If you do share it on social media, then look for me, John O. White, and try to tag me, and look for Clarity and tag us. And I promise we are always looking for content shared by our community. When people share our content, we're looking to engage with you. And there's also a chance that we may actually share what you write as a post with our followers. So if you do that, there's a chance you'll be shared as well. Last of all, you can check out my book called Step Up or Step Out: How to Deal with Difficult People Even If You Hate Conflict. I wrote this book because more than 50% of the leaders I coach, 50% of the sessions, where I coach leaders, this comes up again and again and again. And it's leaders saying, Jono, how do I deal with this difficult person? Or how do I deal with this person and I'm finding it so difficult, we're just on a different wavelength. And that's because difficult conversations are difficult. And I find this is one of the biggest challenges for leaders in the world today. And that's where Step Up or Step Out is a 3-step process to help you deal well with difficult people. I really believe it's a book that can help you in your leadership. So go and check that out. It's on Amazon, Step Up or Step Out, John O. White, if you just look that up. Or go to store.consultclarity.org/book and you can get it there. Well, thank you so much for listening. We're going to be back with a new episode of the Leadership Question of the Day next time. I hope today has helped you take another step towards becoming everything you're meant to be. We'll see you next time.